Here we have the common burdock plant. It uses these very sticky, see that even sticks to my skin, seed heads, and an animal or something will hit this and it will attach to them and it's going to fall up later somewhere else. And so that's where how they are able to transport their seeds to new areas. The root is actually sought after to eat and has some medicinal purposes. What I'm doing here too is, this is in 4K. I'm experimenting with my new phone, the Galaxy S24 Plus. Wonder how close we can get to this little ladybug. Let's zoom in. There we go. You can see him shaking a bit here, but not too bad. Not too bad at all. So here we are in 4K video. The Samsung S24 Plus can actually do 4K video in its selfie type arrangement, where you're actually looking at the screen and it's recording at the same time. So that's kind of interesting. Like you needed to see even more of my wrinkles and spots all over my face. But the question is that you could put in the comments: do you have any device that allows you to watch videos in 4K resolution? Most people don't. I know we have a large screen TV. It was gifted to us, and it's 1080p. That's as much as it can display for resolution. When you talk about things that are smaller, by the virtue of how small they are, you don't necessarily notice a jump in resolution, because there's only so many pixels on a small screen. My locks are chattering today. So you don't necessarily, we'll do one time where I do 3 different levels. This does up to 8K video for the camera, the rear-facing camera, which is the main camera you're usually using, which is kind of neat. But that's a big file size, and even 4K is big. So if you do 4K, it means that your files are bigger. It means that your rendering time when you edit is a lot longer, and it means your upload time for videos to my YouTube channel is longer too. So you have all these different things that you weigh against the quality increase that you get with 4K. And I know this was a year ago, so things might have changed. I was listening to some channel, and they had bought all this, this was someone who's probably makes their living off YouTube, right? But he bought all this 4K equipment and, started using it, and he found that basically none of his people were watching it in 4K. And that must be a metric you can pull out with YouTube somehow. And so he just went back down to the, the next level down. But kind of interesting that the phones, are going to do more than what you're normally going to be able to see. Unless, now obviously, if you have a large screen TV that can see 4K, you're going to see the difference in the resolution fairly easily. But here it is, the new camera. My other phone was refusing to charge easily. Let's put it that way. So its days were extremely limited. And also, certain areas on the touch screen didn't work as well anymore. So you would be done with something, and you hit it to, have it go to something else, and it wouldn't go to something else. So anyway, here we are. It's kind of interesting, the trade-off. One of the trade-offs you get with dramatically better camera, but you know, the newer models, no earphone jack. What's the matter with that? That severely limits some things, because now you have to, and they'd say, oh, of course it doesn't. You just use a USB. They have USB mics, USB earphones. Of course, they have all kinds of Bluetooth devices and everything. But sometimes it's really just nice to have some wired headphones. Then you're not dealing with something that has a battery life. And, you know, I can, and I probably will get at least an adapter to go from the USB to the standard 4 segmented jack, 3.5 millimeter jack, so it will work with headphones again. And, you know, there's also some plug-in microphones you can get. Well, you know, with this newer phone, you can't just use it directly. You'd have to have that adapter. I'll look into some of the things about the USB microphones and things like that. Probably a lot of the time I might be using the headphones, the Bluetooth headphones, and use that microphone when I'm a distance from this machine. This is interesting too, in that it has, you can record sound that direction or this direction or both directions. So if I was doing something and I didn't want it to record something, I might say, I can set it so it only records forward, or I can do the opposite so it only records, you're still going to hear it either way, but the sound that's the highest can be either forward or backward, or they blend together as equal. So that's it. S24 Plus. I'm going to do a little series on, of course, to me, the camera is the big deal. So I'm going to do a series on some of the topics that are available in types of cameras like these, like the RAW mode, the night mode, some of the portrait modes, the panoramic modes, and some of these things. And just the whole idea of doing what's pro video, you know, and what isn't, and that sort of thing. So hopefully we won't bore you to death. Bye.